And I was like, look at me. I'm wearing skinny jeans again. We're all in hell. Hi.
Hi, Benito. So nice meeting you. I
Oh, nice
absolutely
meeting
love the
you.
show. I was,
Thank
first of
you.
all, Miriam Switzer from Brazil. Uh,
Oh, amazing.
so I
Hi.
love the show. And I was
Thank you.
wondering because, overcompensating is something that I think everybody from any background can be, a victim of when they're
Hmm.
especially in those ages where they're trying to figure themselves out, or even like when you're starting your career and whatnot.
Yeah.
And one thing that caught my attention a lot is this pursuit of perfection and how well you address that as far as it's okay not to be perfect and how each character is facing that. How was that for you to look back into your experiences and then bring that into the series?
First, it was scary. And then I found that it was so cathartic to return to this version of myself and to, I think, give myself a little grace on why I was acting like this and why I felt like I had to. So many people hit you with why didn't you come out sooner? And I would say that to myself all the time in an inner voice of you've missed out on your life and you wasted so much of your youth and your time and all the things you could have done. But I think in making the show, I started to give myself much more grace and forgive myself for that. And I think that's true for all the characters in the show. I think everyone wants to shake them of like, why you don't have to do this, but they all have their reasons. And, I had mine. And I think that felt like something very unifying and beautiful about the show and about writing it and making it.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Really? You seem like such a girlfriend guy.
Things happening. Is everything okay?
I just have to go to the bathroom. I have to pee. I'll be right back.
Now, a lot of this, as you mentioned, was a little bit almost autobiographical or stories
Mhm.
that you kind of lived around. Was there anything that you were particularly more intimidated to bring to a bigger audience because they can be so personal?
I think I knew that I was going to, but I think um, it was really sad to return to this true tale for me of falling in love with someone who couldn't reciprocate that love back to me, and imposing on them, I think, in a way, um, safety or a life or an easy way out of the closet, I think, on someone else, as opposed to allowing that journey to be something that I just had to do myself. That was hard to do, and I think every ride home after those scenes, a part of me, would, I think, cry for a younger version of myself that just didn't know better. But yeah, then by the end, I think almost having power over it and hoping that showing that on screen, that there's a kid in high school who's feeling that right now, and it's like, oh, thank God, there will be life after, I think.
And speaking about kids in high school who are watching this, there's a lot of participations on the show, special guests that come up. And
Mm.
a lot of them are from when I was in high school or college. And I
Yeah.
was so excited to see that. How was to bring those people into I'm not going to name names because that's
Hmm.
be a surprise, but how
Yeah.
was it to bring those names into the show? And like for you as you're starting, you have written this, you're also
Yeah.
producing. This is kind of a big deal.
I felt so lucky and fortunate that these titans and heroes of mine and icons were reading the scripts and seeing, I think, what I saw in them and what Amazon and A24 and Strong Baby saw. And it's, I think, a real story of humanity, but so we just wanted people to laugh and have so much fun. I think Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang knew what we were trying to do. I feel so lucky that they came on. They're like my heroes. Didi Khan is in this, and Grease was literally my favorite movie as a kid. So the second her name crossed my desk, I was like, it has to be her. Oh my God. And James Vanderbeek, Varsity Blues, was just absolutely a wake-up call for me, I would say, as a kid. And I loved that. I'm so glad that that was your reaction. I wanted these icons there. I think icons of I think the kind of world that we're emulating in a way, and the kind of, I think, visual world that we're kind of playing within. It felt like you've seen some of these people in those worlds before, and they're obviously huge influences for the show. So it felt very full circle.
No, it was absolutely great to see Dawson in a new version and also
Hell
Andrea
yeah.
Martin. Now, since this is
Yes.
also for a fashion outlet, I have to ask, what was your favorite thing to bring to this show as far as what you wore? Because the fashion
But
was a second show.
it is the second show. The amount of actors that would come to me in their costume and be like, I can't believe you're making me do this. And I was like, look at me. I was like, I'm wearing skinny jeans again. Like, I can't, we're all in hell. Um, My favorite thing, I mean, wearing the George of the Jungle loincloth felt like I finally had, a dream realized. But and the Friday the 13th little outfit I put on, I do remember coming out and seeing the costumes like, I think they have to be shorter. And everyone there was like, they have to be shorter, that was fun. But it was so helpful, I think, at any time to put on the college sweatshirt with the big chinos and my Reeboks on and kind of have this moment of like, whoa, I really am feeling like how I felt then. And that just, I think, helped all of us, and we could all kind of cringe together. But it is you could watch the show just for that, hopefully, and have enough jokes to, for it to feel cathartic and triggering and hell. It is hell.
Fun.
And fun.
Thank you so much. Congratulations again on the show. And I cannot wait to see what comes next. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You can at least say hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Queen. This is the highlight of my college experience.
That is a tragic sentence. Congratulations, Benny. I am so supportive and I am so, so proud.
Thank you so much, Megan Fox.
I love it.